Hi everyone, it's Dwillis, Kiwi Scrapper from New Zealand. You'll be so fed up of hearing my voice because I seem to be doing a lot of videos at the moment. But I'm doing quite a bit of crafting because I had to have a couple of days off work sick with a very bad strep throat and picked up from a patient, no doubt. And I didn't want to just lay there being idle, so there was no difference in laying in bed or sitting on the sofa or being in my craft room with my sore throat. So I was crafting, and in between looking after dogs and things. And then after that I had my normal 3 days off in a row. So yeah, so I've had 5 days to do crafting, which is great. So of course you guys are suffering because I'm putting up all these videos. Anyway, so just wanted to share a project with you that I've had in mind to make probably over the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, way before I ever started scrapping, which is just like August this year, or altering, whatever you call it. But I bought an old frame, from a vintage frame, the 1970s by the look of it, um, probably about quite a number of years ago now, for 50 cents from an op shop. And I didn't like it, but I hated the covering of it, so I never had it on display at all. It was just put in my craft room, or the room that was to become my craft room, in a box. But I always had it in mind that I could do something really nice with it and make it a lot better. But it's taken me all these years to actually finally get around to doing that. And I was looking for a project to do that wasn't, that I thought a lot of laughs, wasn't going to be too arduous while I was unwell. Now this turned out to be quite arduous because of all the taking apart of it and everything else. Anyway, while I was nattering on, I just put these here for you to see. These are two things that I picked up from an op shop. That's actually been handmade in 2000. Oh, maybe not handmade, sorry, bought probably from a shop, I don't know, but it's got 2001 there written in hand, and kiss kiss kiss, and from somebody, so maybe it was a present to someone who collected those shoes. But this is just gorgeous. Look at this. Isn't she lovely? A fairy sitting on a moon. Isn't that just fabulous? For those of us who like a touch of fantasy in our lives, I think she's gorgeous. I'm sure Maria would just love her. And I got her for the pricely sum of 99 cents a few days ago, and it says she's got a fault, so I searched, and the only fault I could see was that there's a touch of white here and a touch of white there, so I think she must have had something going from her hair from there to there, and it's broken off. But it's so unnoticeable, and all I have to do is touch that up with the brown from her hair, and it won't even be noticeable at all. But she's just gorgeous. So anyway, okay, so what I'm going to do first is show you what it was originally. Well, I think that's upside down, yes. So originally this was a frame. As you can see, there's the back of it. It was made by, it's called Putting on the Ritz. It made by Popular Imports from America. Made in China, but from America. Anyway, there you go. I would say 1970s. It's just really thick, heavy, lots of glue, cardboard. So that was really the back of it. And I pulled it all apart because this was the front piece. And obviously I needed a template to work on. That was the front, which just I didn't like. So I pulled the whole thing apart, and then this was just so ratty-tatty and yucky that I cut out a template in cardboard of my own, quite heavyweight cardboard that came off a cardboard box, and used that as the backing instead. So I haven't used it, and I wanted to hang it on the wall anyway, so I didn't need that. And then this I used as the template, and what I did was I used this fabric, which is a lovely sort of like a what do they call it, a Shantung silk or raw silk, something like that. I'm not sure what they're doing. That's the wrong side there, but anyway, that's what I did. So I just used the cardboard here to draw around on the fabric and cut out, and then I used that to do the hole in the middle. And you've got to remember that you have to make everything bigger because you've got to allow for folding over when you're gluing or whatever you're doing with it, and the same with here. And you've got to cut lots of little nicks around it so that it spreads out and folds without creasing. So it turned out to be quite a horrible thing. So quite a hard thing to do anyway. So I went from that to that. And I hope around about now I can hear some oohs and ahs. No, lol, just joking, just kidding. But it certainly, for me, was a great improvement over that. So I'm going to take that one away. It's just too horrible to look at. But I'm keeping the other bit as a template because I'm going to want to do more. This is quite a fancy frame. It's up here and scalloped down here and round here, and then it comes in and then it goes out wider at the base. And you've got the same scallops in the end. So and you've got the centre bit cut out. So it's a beautiful frame to actually use. And if anybody watching actually would like a pattern of that frame, I'm quite happy to do one in paper and post it off to them, because it wouldn't be much to post off overseas, just a pattern in an envelope. So, you know, if anyone does want one, supposing anyone's brave enough to tackle this, I'm sure there's lots of very clever crafty ladies out there. So yes, so I used that anyway. Now on this side there was padding of foam, and it was in very good condition still, so I left that intact. But you could either use foam as they've done here, or you could use some other kind of padding and just do it into that shape. So that did make my life a little bit easier. I chose this image of Princess Charlotte of Belgium because I used it recently in a much smaller version of it, on an altered bottle I did, and I thought it was just so beautiful that I wanted to use it again. And the other reason was I didn't have anything that was just wholly white and pink, or, you know, not in my stash anyway, and I wanted to get on with this, and I was too unwell to go out and do anything. So there you go. So I used her, even though I wanted to use the pink on this, and she has got pink in there with the pink rose, and she's got cream, but obviously she's got blue in there as well. But that didn't bother me particularly. So there you go. So apart from the covering of it, and obviously I covered the back as well. A lot of glue strings up there, look at that. Sneaky little things. So I covered the back, and I put a cream organza ribbon up. Sorry, my hands are all dirty with a lot of it. So that we can hang it on the wall in my lounge or my bedroom. I'll just go through it quickly so as not to bore you guys. The first thing I did was I put a trim around it, which has now got glue strings attached to it, which is a very pretty organza, white organza with little tiny iridescent pearls or beads running through it, and I put that all the way around because I didn't want to put lace and lose the shape. Then I would have, if I'd put lace, I would have lost that beautiful curving and, you know, and totally lost the shape of it, and I didn't want to do that at all. So I just wanted to outline the shape, so that's what I used all the way around. And then I put a little narrow small Venice lace across here, and started to build up this corner, and I folded over this white applique, which is quite a large circular flower. I folded it up so that the top part of the flower just sort of hung over, but the rest of it is folded up, and it's under there. It wasn't quite in half, probably 2/3 of it is showing and 1/3 under. I didn't want to chop it in half because folding it up just meant that I wouldn't have a raw edge. And then popped on this cream fabric rose from a metre strip I've got. Popped on a little organza and silk rose down here with a crystal centre. And then under here I just put the smallest piece which I found in my scrap box, just a silly little piece there, just of a cream Venice lace point. This is very similar to this but slightly different. So I just popped that in there, and then another little white organza applique which I cut into bits and used the 3 flowers here. Then I came up over here, oh I beg your pardon, I went down into here, and I wanted to put something bold down here to balance it all out. So this is a flower that I made myself yesterday. It could have been the day before. And it's made of a lovely rich cream net. It's not a tulle, it's a very soft, beautiful soft net, which may have been a curtain. I got it from a knot shop somewhere at some time. So I cut out that, and that's given it a lot of dimension because it's quite a dimension flower. It's got a beautiful bling centre that I popped into it. My last one. Isn't that sad? Now I've got to try and track down where I bought it from. So if anyone knows where you buy those from, just let me know, please, because I really want some more. I'm pretty sure I got it off eBay, but I don't know. But anyway, that flower went in there nicely, I thought. Then I put the little white organza applique, which matches these, but I cut off one and just used it as a two. Underneath this there's a cream applique. You really can't see a lot of now. I think I may have got that in a swap with Sonia Steptoe in Australia, but I'm not sure. I certainly got this pearls. That was from a swap from Sonia Steptoe in Australia. I just dangled them down there. That's all I've got left. So thank you, Sonia, for that. I've used it in several projects and it's been beautiful. Love it. This here was from a garland of organza trim I had, which I've used quite often, and I'm right at the end of it now, and I don't know where. I got it locally, but they don't sell it anymore. So I just cut out the two little flowers at the end of each swag and just put that there. Flat back pearls in a white there. And then I came up to this corner. I'm good for swapping corners, aren't I? This is it's a flat rolled rose in a beautiful white organza ribbon, I think. I bought half a metre of it about 3 years ago, before I started doing altering or anything. It was hideously expensive. I bought it locally, and I think it was something like $20 a metre. Because it was sold for wedding stuff. So I only bought half a metre of it, and I've had it sitting there. In fact, I don't even think I've got half. I think I've got a quarter of a metre. And some of it I tea stained the other day, which came out really nice, and the rest I left white. So I may have had half a metre, tea stained quarter and left quarter whites. That popped in there. Before I popped that on, I did another applique, which is like a leaf arrangement there in white. Then I came over here and I put two acrylic hearts that I've just got. These are the ones that you get free shipping from China, which is marvellous. And they're very cheap, and you get a whole pile of them. They just arrived. I've been waiting about 5 weeks for them, so they arrived 2 days ago, and they're really pretty. So and they're not too big. So I popped two of those in here, in this little organza single flower with a flat back pearl. I think I said flat back pearls there. And then over here I came and I popped in one single of these drops, pearl drops here, which I put because there was just one at the end and it had come loose. And they're so pretty, I didn't want to discard it. So I just glued it in under there, just as a single one. Okay, so, and also before I put those hearts in, I put a bit of lovely rich cream braid across there, Chinese braid. So that's pretty well it. Until this bit here had nothing in it, and I couldn't figure out what to put in. And then I thought I had some pearl scroll, which very small pearl scroll, dainty stuff that could go in there, and that's actually gone in there very nicely. So that just goes from there right down to the end there. Lovely little scroll. I think I got that off Wild Orchid Craft, but I'm not too sure. I probably did. Then I wanted to pick up on the blue. I didn't want to put more pink. I just wanted this in white and ivories and creams. But I wanted to pick up on the blue because obviously there's quite a bit of blue in this picture. Her lovely big bow on the shoulder and her little flowers down there. They're, quite a strong blue. I didn't want to put a strong blue against the pink. So I searched through my flower drawer and found some tiny Wild Orchid Craft roses, which I knew in the back of my mind I had. And they're in cream, but they're just tinted with a blue. I don't know whether you can pick that up. I hope you can. So I put one in here, a couple in there over the ivory hearts, two up here, just to tie that all in, and then I popped in a large Wild Orchid Craft rose, tied in there, and then I popped in another ivory resin heart. They're so pretty, you know, they really are pretty. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. That completes my project. So, and of course, and then I think I mentioned the hanger before. So it went from that, and it never had a picture in it. It was just a frame. In fact, I don't think it was made for a picture because I couldn't find a way a picture could get in there. They sort of got stuck, I don't know. So it went from that horrible, yucky stuff there. I mean, some people might like it, so I don't mean to be offensive. It's probably okay, but I just didn't like it very much. To that, I far preferred this one. So I hope you all like it, and I hope none of you are getting fed up with me now. My voice is a bit croaky still, but yeah, I was very, very pleased with it. And I think the little dangles, Sonia's little dangles down there, you know, they're not on your face. You can't see them a lot, but they match the other pearls, and when it's hanging on the wall, you'll be able to see them. Alright. I was very pleased with the finished result. Beautiful image, so you can't go a lot wrong. And the frame, as I say, is a beautiful shape. And if anybody does want that, just leave a comment below, and then private message me their address, and I'll take a thing off, and I'll do a paper or a light cardboard template for them and post it off to them. Okay, so there you go. I hope you love it, or at least like it. And if you like it, please leave a comment in the box below. That would be fabulous. If you're not a subscriber, I would love you to be a subscriber. And I will reciprocate that as well. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.